Okay, here we go. Welcome, everybody. Today, we're going to be talking about living abroad versus living in the US. I'm going to be sharing more about my journey. I'm going to be answering your questions. So, if you have questions about moving abroad or if you have questions about living abroad, now is your time. Drop the questions in the comments. You have somebody right here who has done it, someone who has lived the life, somebody who is currently living the life. So, if you have questions about what it's like to move abroad, what my journey was like, what your journey could be like, anything that's holding you back, drop in the comments and let me know. Please make sure y'all keep double tapping that screen. I really appreciate y'all showing some love. It is free for y'all to double tap, and it means so much to us creators. So please keep the love coming by double tapping that screen. I really appreciate y'all. So, are living outside of states now. Kalichi, do you mean am I living outside of the states? Is that what you mean? Yes, I am currently in Colombia. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. So my name is Bianca. For anybody who is new here, welcome. Keep dropping those number ones, y'all. If you're new here, let me see a number one in the comments. So my name is Bianca, and last year, my husband and I left the United States to live abroad as digital nomads. So let me know in the comments if you know what a digital nomad is. Put the word yes if you do know what a digital nomad is. Put the words not yet if you do not know. Living Holy, just a vessel. Welcome, Kalechi. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. If I'm not, I apologize. So, like I said, last year, my husband and I left the United States to live abroad as digital nomads for a variety of reasons. Ooh, that's a good live topic. I keep coming up with these ideas for like live topics that I want. Why we left the US. Okay. So I'm going to start keeping a little note doc. I love Colombia. It's my third time here, so we are very big fans of Colombia. So yeah, my husband and I left the US last year to live abroad as digital nomads, and we have been in 10 different countries since last year. So February of last year, February 4th, 2024, we got on a one-way flight to Brazil, and then we also went to Spain, Vietnam, Thailand, Japan, Indonesia, Panama, Colombia, Mexico. Like I said, we've been in 10 different countries last year because we are digital nomads. So a digital nomad is somebody who works and travels. Okay. So if you think about the word nomad, that means somebody is nomadic, right? Like they move around from place to place. They don't necessarily have just one place that they call home. And then whenever you pop the word digital in front of it, that means we make money digitally. We make money online. Well, my husband makes money in person too. But that's another conversation. This live is about me. Okay. So anyway, yeah, so we are digital nomads. Like I said, there's 10 countries that we've been in since last year, but we are a little bit more settled now. Like we're here in Colombia. We're planning on being here for a little bit because like going to a lot of countries in one year is really fun. Like we enjoyed it. We had so many great experiences, but it can also be really exhausting. Okay. I'm gonna just be real with y'all. It can be exhausting as hell. So right now we are deciding to be, more chilled out, staying in one place for a little bit instead of traveling around so much. But I want to know in the comments, which countries are y'all interested in living abroad? Drop the country in the comments. I know earlier I saw someone mention Kenya. What else we got? Which countries are y'all interested in living abroad? Let me know in the comments. Thank y'all so much for the hearts, by the way. Yes, Thailand. Thailand is always on the list. Thailand is always on the list. Have you visited Living Holy? We were there last year for like 9 weeks, I believe. And I could go to Thailand every single year. Like I would love to go back. Okay, cool. Do you know which city you want to live in? Or right now, are you just kind of keeping it high level with Thailand? Excuse me, I'm just curious. Who else? What other countries do y'all want to go to? Let me know in the comments. I've heard Kenya. I've heard Thailand. What else we got? Welcome y'all who are just now joining. Chiang Mai. Oh yeah, Chiang Mai is dope. I've never heard of Burkina. Where's that at? Is that northern, southern, eastern, or western, or hell, central, I guess. Yeah, I've never heard of Burkina, but hey, I'm here for it. I would love to know how you heard about it. I always love hearing about new countries and like kind of how people came across them, what makes them want to live there, and all of that. What's going on with Thailand? I don't know, Shabugi. You tell me what's going on with Thailand. But yeah, like I said, today I'm going to be sharing some real life gems and experiences to help you get the F out of the United States and live abroad if that is something that you want to do. If not, then this probably ain't the life for you. But if you are somebody who does want to experience living abroad, you are in the right place. And a little bit later, I'm going to also be sharing a special offer that I have for anybody who needs some guidance on getting out of the US. So a little bit more about me and my living abroad journey. So the first time I lived abroad was actually in 2019. So one of the beefs that I have with some of the content creators on these apps that talk about living abroad. I was listening to this woman saying people getting murdered. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. One of the reasons that I have beef with some of the people on these apps that are talking about living abroad is because I feel like not enough people are talking about how there are a lot of different ways that you can live abroad. Some of y'all honestly could have been living abroad if you were willing to be more flexible, if you were, like exploring various options. So like I said, my husband and I are digital nomads. So like we move around from place to place. A lot of people think that if they want to move abroad, then they have to just pick one country and they have to just sell their house and sell their kids and sell their dog and pick up everything and go there. And it's just that simple. And don't get me wrong, that's absolutely an option. I'm obviously kidding about selling the kids and the dog, but you absolutely do have the option to pick a place, go there, stay there, but you can also live abroad for a few months at a time. You can live abroad for 1 month at a time. I met a woman who decided that she wants to live abroad for 1 month out of the year for the next few years. Okay. Like I know a woman who spends 6 months in Oaxaca, Mexico, and then she spends the other 6 months in the US. I know another woman, she's a travel nurse. So she doesn't really have like a certain amount of months, but basically she'll take on like, she will go ahead and sell them kids. I'm not gonna play with y'all today. But yeah, I know another woman who like she's a travel nurse, so she'll like take on like certain like projects, and then like she'll go spend time in Merida, Mexico. So there's a lot of different ways that you can live abroad. Like I said, the first time that I experienced living abroad, it was actually in a group travel program. That was the first time that I was really ever truly living abroad. So listen, some of y'all need to hear this, okay? There's a big difference between traveling and living abroad, okay? It's a very big difference whenever you go to a place and, you're just doing like excursions every day, you're staying in a hotel, and a very big difference versus whenever you're staying in an actual like apartment, in a flat, in a condo, in a house, and you are doing your laundry and going to the grocery store and, getting your hair done, getting your nails done. Like there's a big difference between traveling and living abroad. So my first time living abroad was sort of an accident. Like I wasn't even really thinking about it from the perspective of living abroad at all. I was really more so looking at it from the perspective of, okay, I get to sign up for this program and I don't got to plan anything. I can just go here and I can travel to all these different countries. But this is what opened my eyes to the actual freedom of living abroad. This is the first time that I actually saw a shit ton of people living a completely different lifestyle. This was the first time that I experienced a slower life. I was outside more. I wasn't watching TV. Like I wasn't watching TV as much as I was watching TV in the US. I was eating a lot cleaner. I was walking places. Okay. And even though because I started learning Spanish in 2019. So I was still like very new to Spanish. Like I didn't really speak the language. So I was navigating language barriers. But y'all, it was one of the most rewarding experiences I've ever had, ever. And it's literally the reason that I live abroad today. If I did not have that experience in 2019, I highly doubt I would be living abroad today, because that's really what changed everything for me. Shaboogie says, Albania is cheap. People saying you should start there because it's cheap. Well, I personally don't believe in moving anywhere just because it's cheap. I don't even believe in moving abroad just because it's cheap. That to me is why a lot of US Americans have such a poor reputation outside of the United States. If your only reason for wanting to move abroad is because you heard that it's cheap, you probably need to stay in the US. Now, as far as like Albania being a country that is affordable in general, yeah, it is. So are a lot of other countries, not just Albania. But another benefit of Albania is that you can actually be there for an entire year on a regular tourist visa. So you can just go there as a U.S. citizen and be there for a year. You don't got to worry about applying for any kind of like fancy visas. There's actually a woman, I can't remember her name right now. Abigail. I want to say her name is Abigail. I think her brand is like the lady who travels or something, but she's been in Albania for a while and she's been doing a vlog. She does really like it. Hi, Aaron. We're doing a scouting trip to Netherlands. Yes. End of November this month. Oh, that's so dope. I can't wait to hear how you like it. I don't know. I feel like the Netherlands and Portugal. I feel like the Netherlands and Portugal are going to be so different. So I definitely want to hear like how you compare both places. Are you doing the scouting trip on your own, or are you like joining a scouting trip? That's so fun. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. Please keep double tapping that screen. Gabby says, and what do you do to get paid? I work for myself. I am an entrepreneur. So there are several things that I do to make money online. I have some videos on my page. I have a playlist called Money Honey if you're watching on TikTok. And I go through like a bunch of different income streams, but primarily I do digital marketing and affiliate marketing. And those are like my top two income streams. But like I said, I do other things as well. Like I sell things on Amazon. Like I'm part of I do like reviews. I have books published. Like there's other things that I do, but primarily I do affiliate marketing and digital marketing. And I'll be diving a little bit more into that a little bit later on, y'all, like different ways that you can make money while you're online. I'm going to also be telling y'all about my MAPS course, my Move Abroad planning series, which has everything you need to move abroad. So we're going to get into that a little bit later. But if you want to go ahead and check out the information, it is at the link in my bio. You are welcome, Shipboogie. What would be the best country to move with kids? Jeanette, every country has kids. Like it's one country is not necessarily better than the other one because of kids. It's going to be a lot more about the city in the country that you want to move to. It's going to be a lot more about what you actually want your lifestyle to look like what for you and your children. Like, do you want to be in a city? Do you want to be on the beach? Are they going to be in school? If so, do you need to pick a place that has like good international schools or like bilingual schools, right? So those are more so the types of things that you want to consider whenever you're moving abroad with kids. Like the country, kids are everywhere. Like there's no country that's better for kids than the other one. You really want to get more specific on the city. So let me know if you have any other questions about that. Is it possible to own a food truck? What is that last sentence? Is that supposed to be abroad? Is that what you mean, Shiboogie? If so, I'm sure it is. I'm trying to think. Do I even see food trucks here? I've seen like taco trucks in Mexico. I don't think Have I ever seen a food truck here in Medellin? I mean, well, the first thing that I would say is I would do your research and find out if the city you're interested in even has food trucks to see if that is a thing. But and as far as like owning a business, what I would do is I would join Facebook groups for the specific country or city that you're interested in. And I would see if you can find other people who have started businesses there. So people move abroad and start businesses all the time. Like there's like a Black owned bar that I can walk to from where I am here in Medellin, actually. And then there's another place. They're more of like a health food place where they have like more stuff that I don't really understand what they sell. But my point is, people move abroad and start businesses all the time. You can absolutely do that. But if you want to know the specifics, what I would recommend is that you are sorry, I got distracted. What I would recommend is for you to research and see if you can find some representation in terms of someone who has done that or at least done something similar, or reach out to like somebody who consults for that specific city. Hello, Family Travel 5. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. I appreciate y'all. So anyways, like I said, the first time I ever lived abroad, like it was kind of on accident, and it was basically a test drive for me. And I was just so wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, y'all, because I was just like most people. You're in the US, we're in our little US bubble. We're not necessarily thinking about what's happening in other countries. And, maybe in the back of your mind, you think that travel, you're so welcome, Shiboogie. Maybe in the back of your mind, you're thinking, oh yeah, travel sounds nice, but you haven't really made it that big of a priority. And this is literally what made me recognize that, wow, there's a big, beautiful planet out there. Like there's so many people out here. So y'all, there's so many countries out here for you to explore. It's so ludicrous for you to just be staying in one spot. Like get out there and see the world. Get out there and experience something different, because staying in the US is really going to have you thinking that the US is all there is, and it's not. And the US, like media, they do a really good job of making it seem like, oh, the US is the best country in the world. The US is the safest country. What do you need to travel for? And then if you do travel, just go on a cruise, just do a resort. Y'all, listen, I love me a good cruise. I'm not telling you not to do that, but I'm saying like get out there and experience what it's like to live like a local. So I have literally had hundreds of people, comments, DMs, emails telling me that they want to move abroad, they want to live abroad. So I want to know, because obviously if y'all in here, I'm assuming y'all want to live abroad. Let me know in the comments, what is your why do you want to move abroad from the United States? Why do you want to experience life outside of the United States? Because I'm gonna tell y'all, whenever it comes to your moving abroad journey, being crystal clear on why this is important to you is going to make or break if you actually make it happen. Because so many people talk about wanting to move. So many people talk about how badly, oh, I really want to live in Portugal. I really want to live in Thailand. I really want to do this. But then whenever I be like, okay, well, why do you want to move? You know, like they're just like, well, and I'm like, this is why you ain't done it. Like, you're not even taking yourself seriously. You're not even taking yourself seriously. So let me know in the comments. I see Living Holy says the food and health. I hear you. Peace. Yes. Listen, that peace of mind, heavy on the peace. Okay. Why else? Let me know in the comments. What is your why behind living abroad, behind moving abroad? Because what a lot of people on these apps are not telling y'all is moving abroad is 80% mindset. It's not just about choosing your country. It's not just about which visas you're going to apply to. It's not just about trying to find your flight out of there. It is 80% mental. You have to, so I don't live in terror, period. You have to be willing. You got to be willing to work on your mindset if you actually want to move from vision to action. Some of y'all have already had the vision of moving abroad for so long, but you have not actually had the action. And that's why time keeps moving and you keep looking up and realizing more months have passed, more years have passed, and your ass is still sitting in the United States. Okay. It is November. It is November 2025. 2025 is sliding right on by. You have to decide. You have to decide how serious you are about this. So, like I said, you really need to understand what your why is, okay? I didn't really understand what my why was until I started traveling to reduce my dependency on antidepressants and anti-anxiety meds. I hear you. I hear you, sis. So, whenever you're thinking about wanting to move abroad, like I said, for me, whenever I first did this back in 2019, this really showed me what my why was. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like I made a mistake. Like, I mean, I've made a lot of mistakes. I still make mistakes to this day, but I made the mistake of going abroad and honestly just being a very stereotypical American, like trying to look around and see what I could find that was familiar, you know, trying to bend the country to my American will, like being upset and frustrated whenever things were not going the way that I wanted them to. And this is why I tell people all the time that living abroad is not for everybody. Living abroad is not for everybody. You out here listening to all these people on these apps who are over here telling you like, you gotta, women, you need to get out of the United States. You need to do this. You need to do that. No, you don't. Put a yes in the comments if you actually feel moving abroad in your spirit. Put the word yes in the comments if you actually feel called to this life. Put the word yes in the comments if you know that you are meant to experience living life outside of the United States before your time in this earthly realm expires. I already see Patrice over here done dropped her yes in the comments. Y'all, I'm talking to the people who feel called to this life. I'm not just talking to people who think that moving abroad is cool because it sounds sexy on social media. Okay? Y'all, trends come and go. Trends come and go. Hi, Forensic Psych. How are you? I see Living Holy got her yes in the comments as well. Y'all, I'm talking to the people who feel this in their spirit. And at the end of the day, that's not everybody. That is not everybody. Okay? The love traveling, but definitely I don't want to live outside the US. Okay, cool. Well, and listen, you shouldn't. That's perfect. You already know that you don't want to, then you absolutely should not. Because like I said, I'm here to talk to the people who feel this in their spirits. So Skeets, this ain't the lie for you because I'm talking to the people who actually want to move abroad from the US. So anyways, like I said, whenever I lived abroad the first time, I made the mistake of going in with the wrong mindset. Like I made the mistakes. Okay, well, you can hang out. Hi, Cash. I made the mistake of thinking that The world was supposed to bend to my will. This is one of the reasons why US Americans have such a poor reputation outside of the US, because we go somewhere and then we act privileged. We go somewhere else and then we act like people are supposed to bend to us and they not. You own their territory. And you over here getting mad because something out of English. Because you don't understand the menu because it's in English. You don't understand the menu because it's in Portuguese. Well, guess what? You're in their country. Imagine somebody being in the US and being mad that the menu was in English. You know how dumb that would sound? But yet we do those same things. So one of the reasons that I'm so passionate about living abroad is that it's taught me to be so open-minded. It's taught me to be empathetic. It's taught me that people are people everywhere you go. Okay, y'all, I have traveled to 24 different countries. There are assholes in every country. There are kind people in every country. But living abroad has shown me that there is a different life outside of the United States. Like I said, listen, I know that some of y'all know what I mean whenever I say, like, sometimes you feel like you're living your life on autopilot. Like sometimes you feel like you're living in a bubble. Put the word yes in the comments if sometimes you feel like in the US, you're literally living in this bubble and you're just going about your day-to-day life. You're going through the motions. You feel like nothing exciting is really happening. You always doing the same stuff. You feel like, oh my God, am I just going to work and then pay bills and then expire? Y'all, I know how that feels. I understand, because that was one of the main reasons that me and my husband decided to leave the US. We were working every single day and we were like, why are we working so hard? Y'all, I hate to tell you. Hi, Dragonfly. Welcome. Cash is picking up what I'm putting down. Y'all, I'm telling you, and Patrice, you picking up what I'm putting down as well. Y'all, I'm telling you, there's a different life that you can live. I am a living witness. I am literally a living witness. Oh, she said working my back off. I hear it. I hear it. We were just like, what are we doing? Y'all, people don't get to the end of their lives. Yeah, ask whatever questions you have, Dragonfly. People don't get to the end of their lives and are like, oh, I'm so glad I worked so hard. Oh, I'm so glad I never used my PTO. Oh, well, I'm so glad that I stayed at that job even though I hated it. Oh, I'm so glad I spent most of my time working and living check to check. Nobody gets to the end of their life and says that. You know what people say? I really wanted to travel. Damn, I said I wanted to live abroad and I never did. I always wanted to backpack through Europe. I always wanted to know what it was like to live in Thailand. Y'all, I used to be a social media consultant. And one time I actually did this survey. Let me get some water real quick. Thank y'all for the hearts, by the way. Please make sure y'all are tapping that screen. I used to be a social media consultant. And I remember I did a survey. So I was working with small business owners. And I remember I did a survey and I was like, if your business was making the amount of money that you wanted to make, what would your life look like? What would you do differently? Y'all, I wasn't doing anything with travel back then. Nothing. I was all into just like social media marketing. Y'all, 90% of people said I would travel more. I would go live in Europe. Y'all, so many people, and I know some of y'all are in here right now. So many people have been talking and thinking about living abroad for years. Y'all, we only get to live this life one time. You only get to live this life one time. Make it happen. And if you feel like, Bianca, I want to make it happen, but I don't know what to do, this is why I have the MAPS course. The MAPS course is at the link in my bio. I'm going to go through it a little bit more later, but just in case you can't stay on here that long, you can take off 20% with the promo code 20 spelled out while I'm live. So make sure y'all check that out. I'll dive a little bit more into the course later. But if you're watching on TikTok, it's at the link in my bio. If you're watching on YT, it is it's in the description. Hold on, let me scroll up a little bit. Is it safe moving abroad with kiddos? Absolutely, Cash. There's kids in every country, baby. Actually, I'm going live next week with a single mom who lives here with her 2 sons. And I'm going to be talking to her about her experience. So make sure y'all are following me on here because I'll post it on here. But I'll be live on here, but I'm going to post the full video on my YouTube channel. So make sure y'all are subscribed on there. Hi, Miami. Miami people casually have 3 to 4 jobs. It's terrible. I know, baby. It's not just Miami either. But I know, I understand. Like, I have a friend who's been working 2 full-time jobs for years, and one of them just let her go, like low-key out of the blue. And that's another reason why I have a problem with only depending on a job for money, y'all. But that's a whole other conversation. I'm gonna get into that a little bit later. Dragonfly said, I have tried to live abroad in Italy. I was denied the digital nomad visa. Is Italy just hard? I have looked for remote work. So Dragonfly, this is something I talked a little bit about yesterday. So y'all, sometimes whenever it comes to living abroad, you have to be flexible. This is not the first time I've heard this, not necessarily about Italy, but people who are like, well, I really want to go to Japan, but I don't qualify for any of their visas. I really want to live in Spain, but I don't make this or I don't do this. Go somewhere else. Go somewhere else. I'm not telling you to give up on Italy. And obviously, like this is what I would do. First of all, if you, and I don't know if you, I might have an Italy consultant. If you want, you can send me a DM. I think I might know someone who works specifically with Italy. But let me know. Maybe you've already talked to somebody. But first of all, I would be talking to like an expert to see if you have other options. But the other thing is, and you can tell me, Dragonfly, how married are you to Italy? What do you want more? Do you want to live abroad more, or do you want to live in Italy more? Because, excuse me, and this is like no shade to you, because I see people do it all the time. Like I said, whenever it comes to moving abroad, sometimes y'all, you got to be flexible. Maybe Italy, maybe the universe is trying to tell you to Italy and to move right now for some reason that I don't know. Maybe we'll never know. Maybe you'll know in a couple of years. Maybe Italy is not the move right now. Maybe it's time for you to go live somewhere else. And then you can try again with Italy in the next 6 months or the next 6 years, however, however that looks for you. You said I travel, I go 90 on 90 off, but want permanent. Yeah. So I would ask yourself, what do you want more? Is it all about Italy, or is it about living abroad? Cash said, I'm trying to go to Kenya, live my best life. Somebody else in here was also saying that they wanted to go, to Kenya. Worked 80 hours this week. Oh my God. See, works 2 kids. I'm stuck in NYC 14 more years because of work. See, I don't know. I don't believe in being stuck. I believe in there's always a choice, but that's a mindset. That's a mindset. Dubai is allowing people to invest in future property projects coming to Houston this weekend. Wait, what? Future coming to Houston. Wait, I'm very confused by that statement. I applied for dual, but then they changed the law at this point. I just want out of the US. Yeah, no worries, Dragonfly. About the typo. Yeah, and that's literally what I tell people. Like, because it happens. Sometimes we have our hearts and our soul set on one place and we think that's where we're going, and then the visa gets denied. And then again, like I said, you have to ask yourself, how bad do you want it? Or somebody is saying like, oh, I really want to move abroad. I thought that my husband was going to have this job, but now he doesn't. So what are we going to do? And I'm like, okay, so, well, he doesn't want to leave his job. Okay, well, how bad do you want it? What do you want more? Do you want that job more, or do you want living abroad more? This is another reason why I said living abroad is not for everybody. This is another reason why I said living abroad is not for everybody. Some people would rather hold on to their job or their career than to live abroad, and that's fine. That is perfectly fine. I told y'all, I'm talking to the people who are willing to make it happen. I'm talking to the people who understand that where there is a will, there is a way. I'm currently in Colombia. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. I appreciate y'all. I want abroad now. Get me out of the US. I'm ready now. Somebody mentioned Albania earlier. Have you considered Albania? Because you can actually be there for an entire year on a regular ass tourist visa. You don't need any kind of fancy visa. So make sure you check out Albania. I think Estonia is like that as well. So I'm trying to think like if you want to go to Europe, like you can, if you want to get out of the US, you can start. You were just investigating that. Perfect. Yeah. Start in Albania. While you're in Albania, you can be looking more into, how you can get into Italy if that is, something that you want to keep on your radar. I'm retired at 50 and divorced and kids are adults. I'm out, period. Oh, Georgia. Thank you. That's the other one I was thinking about. I do want to stay in the EU. Yeah. So, I mean, like, check out your other options, y'all. Like I said, sometimes you got to be flexible. This is why, like, whenever I talk to people about moving abroad, I'm like, you need to get a 30,000 foot bird's eye view. You need to get out of this tiny little box that you're putting yourself in and ask yourself, how serious are you? Let me know in the comments on a scale of 1 to 10. How serious are you about moving abroad from the US? Netherlands has the DAF visa for Americans. Yeah, there's actually Expats did a webinar on that. What does your class help with? Everything Dragonfly. So the MAPS course is at the link in my bio. It's called the Moving Abroad Planning Series. So y'all, it is 12 videos, okay? I went live 12 days in a row and I went through all things moving abroad, okay? How to pick your country, different ways to make money, how much money you need to save, visa options, health insurance, moving with kids, moving with pets. If you're a veteran, you're LGBTQ plus, how to learning the language, getting immersed in a new culture, staying connected to your people back home. I've been talking about moving abroad on this page for almost 2 years. 90% of the questions that I get are the same. I literally built this course based on the questions that I've been asked over and over and over again. So for those of y'all who are for real about making it happen, get the course. There's also a payment plan for anybody who wants to use Afterpay or Klarna. And while I'm live, you can take advantage of 20% off. Just make sure that you use the promo code 20. I'm seriously looking at Kenya. Oh my God, there is literally so many people that want to go to Kenya. I am here for it. South Africa is nice. I might be there in a couple of months. We'll see. I'm already in the UK. We love to hear it. I see Dragonfly got a 10 in here. Okay. Trying my best not to come back. I just need help making money and getting visas. I mean, those are two pretty important things. Zusena, I don't know if I said your name right. But yeah, and for anybody who wants help with making money, I do have a resource in my bio called the Cash Flow Come Up Checklist. This is not about moving abroad. This is specifically for anybody who wants to start making more money and you need some guidance on how to start, where to start, what some side hustle options are. I also have some of my favorite remote job resources in there as well. That's called the Cash Flow Come Up Checklist, and that is at the link in my bio. But this is what I'm gonna do for y'all because I love me an action taker. For anybody who gets my MAPS course while I am live, I will send you that Cash Flow Come Up Checklist for free as a bonus. Dragonfly says, how much money do you suggest to have before you go? It depends. It depends. There's no right answer. I actually did a breakdown of basically how to know how much money. Hi, Marsha. Good morning. How to know how much money you need specifically for your trip. But the main thing is, number one, if you have to pay for any visas or anything like that, or if you're going to a country where glasses are foggy, where you have to have a certain amount of money in the bank or something like that. Outside of that, you really just want to think about your actual moving expenses, right? Planning for your flight out of the country, however much money your first month's rent is going to be. But honestly, y'all, the big thing about money whenever it comes to moving abroad, the biggest thing is making sure that you know how you're going to be making money while you are abroad. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have money saved. Of course, save money to move abroad, but most Americans don't even have $1,000 in the bank. And then whenever it comes to moving abroad, everybody all of a sudden feels like they need 20 grand. And I'm like, you're literally going to be moving to a place where your expenses are going to be cut in half. So, plan to save money for your actual move. But as long as you're going to be making money while you're there, you don't need to necessarily be pressed about having, a shit ton of money saved. Whenever we moved abroad, so we left in February last year. So because people have asked me before, well, how much did you save? And I'm like, we didn't save a big amount because we knew we were going to still be making money. So we left in February. So obviously we had our first month, by the time we got there, we already had February covered. So we had the money for our flight and accommodations for March. So we ended up going from Brazil to Vietnam. Yes, that was a very big jump. We went from Brazil to Vietnam. So for us, that's what we had saved. We just had enough to get us booked for the next month. And what about finding work when there? Dragonfly, you ain't got no business trying to find work in Europe. Find work now. Find it now in the US. Figure out how you're going to make money before you leave. Now, and if you want to do something like teaching English, that's a little bit different. But going to another country and trying to get a job, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm saying unless you got some money stacked up and you're you know what, I can go six months, 8 months, whatever, a year, and I don't even need to work, then your priority needs to be making money now. Your priority needs to be figuring out how you're going to be making money while you are abroad right now. So In the MAPS course, y'all, like I said, there's 12 videos. I went live 12 days in a row. We spent 2 days talking about different ways to make money online, teaching English. I teach you like even what I do, which is primarily digital marketing and affiliate marketing, remote jobs, like different side hustles, like different things that you can do to make money. I also have this in the MAPS course. I'll be revealing a little bit more about that later. But like I said, for anybody who can't stay that long or you want to go ahead and dive in, if you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description. If you're watching on TikTok, it's at the link in my bio, and you can use the promo code 20 while I'm live to take off 20%. I see a 10 in here. Let's go. Let me see. Been looking 6 months for a remote. Baby, my husband been looking for 2 years for a remote job and still has not found one. And you know what he's doing? He's out here making money for himself. He's out here making money for himself. He learned how to turn his skills. He learned how to turn his skills into money. And so now, I mean, he still looks for remote jobs because I'm like, for him, like he would like to have something a little bit more stable, whatever. That's his business. I'm unemployable. I'm working for me. But like I said, you know, for him, like he's doing his own thing while he's still applying for remote jobs. And I'm not telling y'all not to apply for your remote jobs. I'm literally just telling you to also learn how to make money for yourself. Thank y'all for the hearts. In Italy, where I go, you can live like a queen for $20K a year. I believe it. There's so many places like that outside of the US. Punta del Este, Uruguay, small beach town, $2,500 a month. What's $2,500 a month? You mean like what you can live on? That is all that's holding me back is finding work. Okay, Dragonfly, well, let's get it going. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Like, obviously, like I said, you can keep applying to the remote jobs. I definitely recommend checking out websites that are remote first, like remote.co is one that I really love. And I list some other ones in the MAPS course as well. But also be experimenting with ways to make money for yourself. Y'all, here's the beautiful thing about living abroad, okay? Like in the US, you're looking for a job and you're like, okay, I need to be bringing home at least like $5K a month, $4K a month. Anything less than that, you probably broke. Let's be honest. That's just the US, okay? But and this is assuming you're paying, you know, rent, mortgage, and, you know, and all other typical adulting experiences. But y'all, even when it comes to making money online, like you don't even have to necessarily be looking for something like that's going to make you rich. You can be like a couple extra $1,000 a month goes so far in so many different countries. Good morning, baby. Hustle, and more hustle. I just might paint my toes and take photos at this point. I looked into that. You can judge me. You can judge me, baby. I looked into that. And the problem is it's more work than what they make it seem like everything else is, of course. That's how it always is. Okay. I looked into that, and long story short, people were saying that, I mean, honestly, it's similar to content creation. I guess arguably it's nice because you ain't got to show your face, but you still got to keep showing up. You know, then people be in your DMs, they be asking for other stuff. And I was like, never mind, that's not for me. But trust me, I looked into it too. Because listen, I am not here to judge how y'all make y'all money, okay? Create a digital product to sell. Yeah, that's another great opportunity. Digital products are one of the number one ways that I earn money while living abroad. Digital products are a great option as well. I also talk about those in the MAPS course. I need some advice on marketing. I looked through the checklist, but couldn't find specific info on it. Yeah, Marcia, I think we talked about this yesterday. I told you to send me an email about like what your, because I don't know like what your specific marketing questions are. I mean, you can ask me on here too. Like I'll try to answer, but I can probably give you a more in-depth response if you send me an email, or if you're on IG, I have the same handle. I can send you a voice note, but I need to know exactly like what your marketing question is. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. How do you even find people to buy your product? You pick a platform, Dragonfly. You pick a platform. You already on TikTok, use TikTok. You don't want to be on social media, use email marketing. You don't like to write, do a podcast. Like, y'all, marketing is everywhere. Marketing is literally all around us. Start throwing some spaghetti at the wall and figure it out. Y'all, we got to stop acting helpless because we not. We are in 2025. ChatGPT, Google, YouTube, TikTok. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? We need to stop acting like we don't know what to do. Yes, we do. You see people doing it all the time. You just not doing it. You over here letting perfectionism hold you back. You letting procrastination hold you back. You acting like it has to look a certain way. And that's not where you want to. This is literally why you're not where you want to be. Get out of that all or nothing mindset. Start where you are. Because you would be surprised at the doors that start opening. I'm glad to hear it, Dragonfly. I'm glad you found me today. Listen, y'all, I was not even going to start this page. I was not even going to start the brand of She's Booking the Flight because I had fear and I had imposter syndrome. And my brain was like, Bianca, who are you? You haven't even traveled to that many different countries. What you mean you go make a travel page? You don't even know how to make travel content. How you going to do this? You even got time? My brain was giving me all the bullshit. And now, y'all, this is my business. This is my business. Now, I've been on NBC because of this page, this TikTok account. I have been on NBC. They flew to my sister's house in Little Ass Cary, North Carolina, a whole filming crew to film my story. Now I spoke at a conference for the first time. I was invited to speak at a conference specifically about moving abroad. Now, like, I've gone on podcasts. Like, y'all, I didn't even know. I had no idea where this was going to take me. But you know how it started? Scroll back. Go on my TikTok page, go on this page and scroll. Actually, there's a little button where you can pick like the earliest post. Look at my content. Garbage, cringy. Guess what? I still did it. I still kept showing up. I still kept taking action. Y'all, you have no idea. Because I can scream if I want to scream. If you don't like it, get out. If you don't like it, get out. If y'all want somebody who's going to whisper, you want somebody that's going to call you and hold your hand, I'm not the person for you. And that is the beauty. That's the beauty of social media. You can come in this live and you can be like, oh, I don't like her. And then you can leave. You know how beautiful that is, y'all? It's called free will. It's such a beautiful thing. Listen, keep screaming at me. It's crazy. Let me lower my voice though, for real. Y'all, you have no idea the possibilities that will open up for you, okay? Y'all, my husband, he's a trainer. Look, what you doing? Oh, Elizabeth is coming over today. Elizabeth is our house cleaner. Elizabeth is coming over today at 1:30, babe. I need to get some cash. You got an ATM where you're going? Okay, I might need you to bring me some cash because I don't know if I'm going to have time because I got brunch with Erica at 11. Anyway, she said haters will hate, and that's on period. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. Okay, Marsha, I'll check my email later today. What was I talking about? Oh yes, y'all, my husband is a trainer, and my husband is literally over there getting dressed to go train clients here in Columbia in person. Did we know how this would work? No. But you know what? We were like, you know what? You have a skill. You have a skill that you know how to do. You're an expert at this. You've known how to do this for years. We are in communities. We're in WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups, communities out here in Columbia. We were like, let's just put it out there. Hey, I'm here. I'm a trainer. You're looking to lose weight. You want to build muscle, blah, blah, blah. Y'all, he already got 4 clients out here. He's been here less than 3 months. He got 4 clients out here that he's training in person. Y'all, put yourself out there. You already have skills. You already have experiences. You already have stories that you can be leveraging to make money. Why are you sleeping on your potential? Bye, baby. I'll see you later. Love you too. Y'all, start now, because time is not waiting on anybody. It's not. Time is not waiting on anybody. Like I said, this is why I made the MAPS course, and this is why I made sure that I put everything in it that you need to get the F out of the US, because number 1, I've been where you are. Number 2, I have made so many moving abroad mistakes so that you don't have to. You don't have to make the mistakes that I did. No. You don't have to make the mistakes that I did. You get to do it differently. You get to do it better. You get to have your own roadmap. For those of you who are serious, for those of you who are willing to invest in your best life, for those of you who are willing to invest in getting what you need to stop putting off the life that you want to live, the information is out there. And remember, for the action takers, I'm going to, what is it? Sorry, 20. The promo, I was like, what am I talking about? The promo code is 20 for anybody who wants to take advantage of the live deal where you can get 20% off of the course. Good God, baby. You dropping change. You good over there? Okay. I'll see you later. Y'all, like I said, the information is out there. And I know that we all have a tendency to do this thing where we look at other people, we look at their lives, and we're like, oh, well, well, she can do that because of this. Or, well, that's Bianca, well, she does this with marketing. Well, she's so confident. Well, she has a husband. She, her situation is different. Y'all, stop. Get out of that victim mentality and stop comparing your journey to other people. Stop comparing your journey to other people. And this is also why in the course, I talk about how to shift your mindset. In the course, I give you the information that you need to move abroad, whether you're moving with kids, whether you're moving with a dog, whether you are moving single, solo, dolo, whether you're moving to a remote island, whether you're moving to a big city, the information is there. The information is there. And y'all, there's no upsell. There is no, oh, well, here's this course and now you need to buy another, whatever. No, everything I got, baby, everything I got, I put it into this MAPS course because I have been getting these same questions for 2 years, y'all, these same questions about how to move abroad. Okay. Put the word yes in the comments if you're willing to admit you already got a bunch of videos saved. You got collections on YouTube. You got, I know me, whenever I want to save a video on YouTube, like I'll like it. Put the word yes in the comments if this is something that has been on your heart for years. If this is something that you've been wanting to do. If you are tired of waking up and having to look yourself in the mirror, knowing this is not the life you want to live. If you are tired of living your life on autopilot, put the word yes in the comments. If you want to know how you can stop spending 40, 50, 60, 70 plus hours a week at a job that you cannot stand. If you want to know how you can learn, or if you want to learn how you can be making money every day, how you can be making money in your sleep. Y'all, I didn't grow up with money. I didn't grow up with resources. I didn't grow up well connected. And yet I have 10 streams of income that I can earn from anywhere. And yet I've traveled to 24 different countries. I'm currently living abroad. I am a regular girl born and raised in North Carolina, y'all. I'm not even from one of the sexy states. Trust me. People are like, oh, where are you from? And I say, like, Carolina del Norte. And they're like, they don't even know North Carolina. Most people here ain't even heard of where I'm from. I'm not from New York. I'm not from Cali. Y'all, I was raised in a town that didn't even have a Chipotle when I was growing up. And this is why I'm not here for your excuses. This is why I'm not here for it, because I have failed at way more online businesses than I have succeeded at. This is why I'm not here for your excuses, because I created the life that you see me living today with intention. Okay? I created the life that you see me living today by having faith. By choosing faith over fear. I created the life that you see me living today by being willing to invest in myself. I have invested tens of thousands of dollars in my personal and professional development to get to where I am today, because I don't know it all. I know that I don't know it all. And I'm going to tell you about Bianca. Bianca will pay for a shortcut. I tell people all the time, you want to do some big shit, you want to learn something new, you're going to invest time, and you're going to invest money. And there are certain things where I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll invest some time. And then I was like, fuck this. I'm paying for it. This is how I got to where I am today. This is why I go live. So you can hear my story. So you can understand that your current circumstances do not define what's possible for you. It don't matter if you only got $7 in the bank right now. It don't matter if your mama don't support you. It don't matter if you're not sure about your move abroad country. Y'all, there's always an action that you can take. Yes, I've been to Tokyo. I was there last year. There is always an action that you can take, okay? Let me get some water. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. You can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink, y'all. For most people, it really just comes down to not taking action. We talk all the time. We talk all day, all night. We complain about our jobs. We talk about how we want to move abroad. We save the videos, but we don't take any actual steps to get us closer to where we want to be. Okay? I'm gonna drop a little hack for y'all right now. For those of y'all who are like, Bianca, I really want to move abroad. I really want to figure this out. I just don't know. I don't know where to start. I don't know how I'm going to be making money. Y'all, you want to know where to start? You start with where you want to go. You start with where you can go. Okay, because some of y'all, I mean, I know earlier we were talking about Italy, like that's just an example. Like some of y'all want to go to a place and you can't even get in. You can't get in. Figure out where you can go. I'm sure you already have at least some countries in mind. Start researching the visas. See where you actually can go. And then, y'all, start planning your move. And y'all, the thing is, the first step is not going to be the same for everybody because everybody's different. For some of y'all, right now, researching the country is too big. It is. When you think about doing that, you get overwhelmed, you get analysis paralysis. Listen, drop a number 1 in the comments if sometimes you get analysis paralysis because your to-do list is too much, or because you know that there's a certain step that you need to take, but you just cannot take that step. Y'all, I can put my own number 1 in the comments. Sometimes I got to work backwards because I can't wrap my brain around one, like, step 3 out of 7 or whatever it is. Start where you are. Maybe you need to start selling stuff at your house. Maybe you start by going through all the shit in your kitchen. Maybe you start by cleaning out your closets. Maybe you start by booking a trip to the country or countries that you're interested in. You have to mold your moving abroad journey for your needs, because it's not going to look the same for everybody. And I'm sorry that's not, matter of fact, I'm not even sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I know that's not what you want to hear, because we all wanted to be just like a wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Okay, that's all I need to do and I'm out. But y'all, your journey is going to look different from mine. It's going to look different from hers, from him, from theirs. Okay, it's going to look different, but keep taking action anyway. Because consistency is the name of the game for all of these, y'all. Consistency is the name of the game for all of this. And y'all, are y'all still here with me? I'm talking to myself or not? Let me see. Can I see a yes, an emoji, something in the comments? Am I talking to myself, or is somebody in here with me picking up what I'm putting down right now? Thank you, Felicia. I love the smileys. Y'all, the information is out here. The information is out here, but you got to be the one to do something about it. You have to be the one to do something about it. This is too low. Hold on, y'all. I don't know what I'm saying. Hold on. I ain't really going nowhere. I just need to pull my tripod up a little bit. Okay, there we go. Y'all have to be the ones to do something about it. And y'all, people are out here taking action. Okay, people are out here taking action. Example right here. If you're watching on YouTube, I have a screenshot up on TikTok. This is a woman named Ariane, y'all. She said, this is a DM she sent me. She said, "Hey, Queen, I hope all has been well. I just wanted to let you know I'm officially leaving the U.S. and restarting my life in the DR. Because of you and your amazing videos, I'm finally taking the leap and getting on that plane tomorrow. Thank you so much for inspiring me, and I can't wait to see what happens." Y'all, Ariane took action. The video she's referring to, it's the same thing, y'all. The MAPS course. If you're on YouTube, the MAPS course is in the description. If you're on TikTok, it's at the link in my bio. Same course, y'all. She took action. People are out here taking action, and because they're taking action, they're getting to live the lives they want to live. You have to ask yourself, how much longer are you willing to wake up disappointed with your life? I woke up disappointed with my life for too many years. My only regret about moving abroad is that I didn't do it sooner. If I could go back in time, I probably would have moved abroad when I was like 25 years old, to be honest with you. I'm 33 now, just so you have some reference. Y'all, the only thing I regret is that I did not go sooner. Thank y'all so much for the hearts, by the way. I appreciate y'all tapping that screen. Thank y'all. Montana, y'all, and Montana, she's on this app. She's already in Vietnam. She's in Da Nang. She's in Da Nang, Vietnam right now, living her best life, sharing her journey. because she took action, because she decided that what she wanted most out of life was more important than her excuses, because she stopped self-sabotaging what she wants most out of life. Drop the word yes in the comments if you're willing to admit that sometimes you self-sabotage. You know you want it, you know what you need, you know what you want to do, but you don't do it. You allow fear and procrastination and negative self-talk and doubt and these things to hold you back. Y'all, we're human. These things happen to all of us. I have negative self-talk too. Like I said, I'm a human just like everybody else. But y'all, it gets to a point where you have to recognize we only get to live this life one time. You ain't got nothing to lose. That's the shit that be killing me. Y'all, you don't have anything to lose. Because first of all, none of us are getting out of this life alive. None of us. Let's just start there. We all gonna be gone one day. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Number two, y'all, time. Time is your most valuable asset. It's not money. Everybody thinks they want to make more money. You don't give a damn about money. What you want is freedom. What you want is choice. What you want is to be able to do what you want to do with your time. Estrella said, do you have any info on moving to Ireland? So in the MAPS course, Estrella, it's not like country specific, because anything for like a specific visa in a specific country, you're going to have to do your own research. But the MAPS course covers everything that you need in general about moving abroad from the US, but it's not specific to any country. But yes, Ireland. I've heard really cool things about Ireland. What other countries are y'all interested in? I've seen Kenya, I've seen Thailand, I've seen Ireland, I've seen Italy, I've seen Portugal. What other countries are y'all interested in? I don't think I've seen anybody say Latin America. Interesting. Let me know in the comments. Here we go. Another woman on here. She said, thank y'all for the hearts. She said, you encouraged me to move abroad. Now my daughter and I are in Costa Rica. Been here for a month, loving it, surrounded by fruit trees, paying $500. Go sisters. Y'all, people are out here taking action. So the question is, how long are you going to hold yourself back from the life that you have been wanting to live? It took me, well, I'm going to say too long because I feel like it was too long, but it took me too long to recognize that life is fleeting. It took me too long to stop living my life for other people. It took me too long to stop trying to just follow the status quo. I got on to my mom about that yesterday. About what, Kentro? Y'all, life is too short for you to be living your life for somebody else. Stop waiting on permission. Stop waiting on approval. Stop waiting for the fear to go away. The fear isn't going anywhere. You got to take it with you. You got to take it with you. Put it in your carry-on. You got to take the fear with you, because that's just the way life works. Y'all, that's what courage is. Courage is feeling the fear and doing it anyways. And that's how you build confidence. I want to open a virtual school in either China or Thailand, but I want to live in Thailand though, period. Wait, you said open a virtual school. Well, if it's virtual, how is it in one country? Did I read that right? But that's dope. What kind of school do you want to open? Oops. Oh, Lord. What did I do? Ruh-roh. Oh, shit. Oh, swipe left to close. Okay. I am swiping left. Okay, that was definitely right. No, that was left. I've been getting confused with the swipe right and left because I'm like, is my finger supposed to go right or is the screen supposed to go right? Oh, to teach English. I'm here for it, y'all. Teaching English is a great way to a great option for earning money while living abroad. Y'all, another one. I just want you to know you inspired us to leave sooner. I remember you on television, I believe early January. This was the NBC interview I told y'all about. We are 7 days in Southeast Asia. We started a YouTube channel to document our journey. We hope to inspire others. Y'all, people are out here taking action. So you got to ask yourself, how much longer are you going to put off the life that you want to live? For those of y'all who want to take advantage of the live bonus, y'all got a few more minutes before I get off of here. Those of you who already got it, thank you for your business. I will send you that cash flow come up guide. Remember, y'all, so anybody who gets it while I'm live, you're getting 2 bonuses. Number one, you're getting it for 20% off with the promo code 20. There is Afterpay and Klarna for anybody who wants to use a payment plan. And then number 2, I'm also sending you my cash flow come up checklist as a bonus, which is a 33-page guide that comes along with the video. And it's all about how to start making more money. You don't need a degree. You don't need any experience. It does not matter. Okay. I even talk about investing in stocks in there. Okay. Everything that you need to move abroad is in the MAPS course. And let me know if y'all have any questions about the course as well, because I can dive more into the course. Or if you have any other general questions about moving abroad or living abroad, y'all, now is the time to ask, because now is the only time that we have. Now is the only time that we have. If you're watching on YouTube, the course is in the description. If you're watching on TikTok, it's at the link in my bio. Y'all, nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to save you, okay? This was one of the biggest life lessons for me. Thinking about accountability from a different perspective, because let's be honest, accountability is not a sexy word. It's not. I feel like you think about accountability and you're like, but I'm going to tell you something about accountability. Once I realized that I am a powerful creator and I can create the life that I want to live, everything changed for me. Everything changed for me. And like I said, y'all, I'm not doing anything that y'all can't do. I am not doing anything that y'all cannot do. So let's talk a little bit about how you're going to choose the place that's best for you, because this is a question that I get all the time. And there are 3 videos on this in the course, y'all, because like I said, this is probably, outside of how to make money, this is probably the number 1 question that I get. Where am I going to go? How, like, what's the best place, etc. There is no such thing as the best country, right? Because what some people might love, other people might not love, right? Like, I'm in Colombia and people are like, oh my God, it's so dangerous. And I'm like, okay, well, if you want a country that is on the top safest list, don't come to Colombia. That's okay. That is okay that you want to be in a country where, the crime and whatever it is, that's fine. Whatever. Go to Iceland. Okay. Like, go for it. But whenever it comes to choosing the place that is best for you, you want to be very clear on your wants, your needs, and your non-negotiables, okay? Everybody and their baby mama want to go to Thailand, so they say, okay? I hear Thailand all the time, and y'all, I love Thailand. Here's the thing. You also have to recognize that if you go to Thailand, you need to be prepared to be hot all the time. You got to ask yourself, like, are you somebody that really likes to be outside, like in nature? Because it's going to be really hard for you to do that in Thailand. Like, when it's not nighttime. Hell, even when it was nighttime, it was still fucking hot, to be honest with you. Like I said, I love Thailand. It's a great place. I'm not telling you not to go, but I'm saying, like, think about your lifestyle as a whole. If right now you are somebody who loves being outside in nature, spending hours, whatever, that's something you may want to keep in mind before you take your ass to Thailand, because it's really hot there. I'm in Medellin, Colombia. There are a lot of hills. And so, like, for me and my husband, something that's really important for us is to be in a place that is walkable. Okay. Like, that is something that we are no longer, that's a non-negotiable for us at this point. We have to be able to walk. We need to be able to walk and get food. We need to be able to walk to the grocery store. Like, we have to be in a place that is walkable. That's a non-negotiable for us. So whenever we're looking at housing, we also talk about how to find housing in the MAPS course. Whenever we're looking at housing, that is a non-negotiable for us. Having more than 1 bathroom is a non-negotiable for us, okay? Being in a city where there is also an expat community, okay? There are some people who are like, oh, well, I don't know why people do that. I don't need to be hanging out with other people from the U.S. Okay, that's cool. That's your business. But Bianca is going somewhere with a community, okay? That's how I knew my hair hookup. Woman coming to my house and doing my nails. Okay, like, me and my husband were literally trying to find smoked turkey. And we just posted in a group and be like, hey, where can I find smoked turkey? Y'all, like, having a community for us in terms of like a place that we're going to be in long term is a non-negotiable. So get clear and let me know in the comments, like, whenever you think about your wants, your needs, your non-negotiables, what comes up for you? What are you not willing to give up? What do you have to have? Because we all got them. Do you want to live on the beach? Do you want to live in the mountains? Do you want to be in a city where you can get to places really quickly? Do you need to be somewhere, or do you want to be somewhere where you can easily take public transportation? Would you prefer to be somewhere where you can drive? Do you want to be somewhere where you're really close to parks because you have kids and you want them to be able to play outside? Ask yourself, what are some of your wants, needs, and non-negotiables? Because these are things that you want to think about as you're choosing the place that's going to work best for you. Okay. And this is also, like I said, y'all, in the MAPS course, thank y'all for the hearts. In the MAPS course, this is why I spent 3 days talking about how to choose the place that is best for you. Okay. So I'm about to start going through all the stuff in the course. But does anybody have any other questions? Any questions about moving abroad? Y'all, I am here. Take advantage of me. You have somebody who is live, somebody who has done it. Ask me questions. I'm right here. Thank y'all for the hearts, by the way. Oh my God, I'm going to this brunch place in an hour. I'm so excited because I'm so hungry. I think I'm going to need me a little snack before I go. We shall see. But yeah, for those of you who want to take advantage of the live bonus, you got a few more minutes because I'm about to get off of here. I'm going to go through all the stuff in the course, and then I'm off. So take advantage, y'all. Don't forget to use that promo code 20 spelled out for 20% off. If you're watching on YouTube, it is what? I forgot about that. Bianca, get out of here. You better get distracted. If you're watching on YouTube, it's in the description. If you're watching on TikTok, it's at the link in my bio. Willow says, I'm between Thailand and Mexico. Those are both great choices. Have you visited both of them yet? That's one of the easiest ways to figure out which one you're going to like most, y'all, is to visit. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. Okay, let me get into the course. So the MAPS course comes with 12 videos. I'm going to go through what's in the videos. It also comes with a workbook for you to follow along. Okay, you've been to Mexico, so now visit Thailand. And then visit some of the cities that you think you might want to live in so you can kind of get a feel for how you like it. So, So in the MAPS course, you have the 12 videos, which I'm going to go through in a moment, but then you also have a workbook to follow along because if y'all are anything like me, you need to be taking notes. You need to be tuned in, dialed in. So it also comes with a workbook that you can either print out or you can go through it online as you are going through the course. And then you're also going to get my 23-page resource guide. So basically the resource guide is kind of like the written version of the videos. There's a lot more in the videos, obviously, because I'm talking, but you can still get everything you need in the Move Abroad resource guide. That's also in my bio as well. If you're watching on YouTube, the Move Abroad resource guide is also in the description. If you prefer to start there, that's a great resource for you as well. TikTok, don't start. Okay. So in the course, like I said, you have the videos, you have the workbook to follow along, and then you also have the Move Abroad resource guide. And then for anybody who gets it while I'm live, for those of you who were like, Bianca, I've been wanting to do this, but I'm trying to find a remote job. Bianca, I've been wanting to do this, but I'm trying to figure out how to start an online business. What are my options for making more money? How can I make more money so that I can save and get out of the US sooner? All of this and more is going to be in my cash flow come up checklist, which I specifically made for people who want to learn how to make more money. Okay. Drop the words money in the comments if you are claiming more money in 2025 and 2026. Don't be giving up on 2025 yet, y'all. There is still time for you to be making more money in 2025. Y'all see what season is coming up? Y'all see the season is coming up. Now is the time for those of you who want to start an online business, for those of you who want to start learning how to make more money, for those of you who want to learn how to make money online, now is the time to start, okay? Oh, nobody not dropping money in the comments. No, nobody want to make no more money. Or I'm in here talking to myself now. Is that what's happening? Y'all don't be up here giving IG energy. That is not cool, okay? IG is for lurkers and TikTok is for lovers. I need y'all to talk back to me. I'm a human. I got feelings, okay? I need y'all to let me know y'all still in here. I need y'all to tap that screen. I need y'all to drop me some money emojis, some fire emojis, something in the comments, and let me know y'all still in here. Because listen, I'm not in here to talk to myself. Okay. I'm not. Thank you, TJ. I appreciate you. Okay, so let me start going through what is in the course. Okay, so day one is mindset. Day one is all about how to move past those limiting beliefs, how to move past the imposter syndrome, how to move past the self doubt, how to actually mentally prepare yourself for moving abroad. I told y'all this earlier. Moving abroad is 80% mindset. It's not just about the physical stuff. It's not just about the tangible stuff. Y'all, you got to work on here. You got to work on it up here if y'all are for real about actually taking action and getting the F out of the US. I also talk about how to actually manifest this life of living abroad. Y'all, there's so many like just small things, like fun things that you can be doing in your day-to-day life to bring yourself closer to your goal of moving abroad, okay? So that's day one. Day two is preparing to leave, health insurance, moving, packing, how much money you need to move, how to tell your family, the documents you're going to need. All of this is in day two. Excuse me, y'all, days 3, 4, and 5 are all about choosing the place that is best for you. 3 days we spend talking about how to choose the place that is best for you. Because, like I said before, y'all, it's one of the main questions that I get. So, we spend 3 days talking about all of these things, right? If you're going to be moving around, like traveling like a nomad, or whether you're going to be settling, things that you want to consider. I go through a whole pros and cons list on that. Okay. Cost of living. If you are moving with kids, if you're moving with pets, if you're looking for somewhere with good education options, if you're looking for countries where English is one of their native languages, visa options, countries that offer dual citizenship, taxes, all of this is in day. That's all in day 3. Day 4, and remember, y'all, 3 days. Days 3, 4, 5 is all about how to choose your place. Day 4, this is where we get really clear on what we were talking about before. The wants, the needs, the non-negotiables. I go through a series of questions that you need to ask yourself as you are choosing the place that you want to move. Day number 5, this is where I give my personal recommendations. I told y'all I've traveled to 24 different countries. I've met hundreds of travelers. So here is where I actually go through some of the most like popular places to live abroad, but I also give you my own personal recommendations based on my experiences and experiences from people that I've spoken to while living abroad. Day number 6 is traveling and living abroad on a budget, okay? How to even find the cheapest flight out of the country, how to live like a local so you don't just go abroad and you're only paying what they call them like gringo prices here, that you're not just paying like the tourist prices, right? Actually, how to live abroad on a budget. Day number 7 is all about housing, how you're going to figure out where you're going to live, how to find the best neighborhoods, how to make sure you're getting the best price. Okay. All of this is in day 7. Days number 8 and 9 are all about making money. Okay. I give you my favorite remote job resources. We talk about different types of remote jobs, different job titles that you can look at. We talk about teaching English. We talk about starting a business. We talk about side hustles. Okay. We talk about digital marketing and affiliate marketing, which are the top 2 ways that I make money while living abroad. All of these are in days 8 and 9. Day number 10 is adjusting to your new life abroad. Okay. Learning the language, studying the culture, being involved in the community, right? Like making friends. All of this is in day 10. This is one of the questions that, people tell me in terms of like what's stopping them. Like, Bianca, I don't know how I'm going to learn the language. I'm afraid I'm going to be lonely. You're not. Y'all, there are dope people all over the world. So day 10 is adjusting to your new life abroad. Day 11 is keeping home in your heart. How do you stay connected to your people back home? How do you avoid giving up pieces of yourself that you want to keep whenever you are living abroad? Are you going to be inviting family and friends? Are you going to be like, do you have like things that you do in the US now when you want to see how you could do that abroad? I just told y'all, my husband is a personal trainer. He's been here less than 3 months. He already has 4 training clients that he's training here in Colombia in person. He didn't give up what he loved just because he's in a different country. Okay. And that's just one example. It doesn't even have to be specific to work. And then day 12 was an FAQ. So day 12, I just answered a shit ton of questions about moving abroad, and I added that in there as well. Thank y'all so much for the hearts. I appreciate y'all showing some love in here. Does anybody have any questions about the course? Am I waiting on anybody to take advantage of the live bonus before I get off of here? And remember, y'all, like I said, there is a payment plan option. You can use Klarna or Afterpay for anybody who wants to use the payment plan as well. If you're watching on YouTube, the course is in the description. It's called the Move Abroad Planning Series. If you're watching on TikTok, it's at the link in my bio. Y'all, time is not waiting on anybody. Stop saying you don't know. Stop saying you don't know where to start. Start saying that you don't have the answers, because I put everything together for you so that you can have everything in one place for you to revisit whenever you want. All right, y'all, I'm about to get up off of here, but like I said, does anybody have any last minute questions? Does anybody, am I waiting on, what? Bianca, get out of your inbox. Am I waiting on anybody to take advantage of the live bonus? By the way, if you already got the course, thank you for your business. Make sure you check your spam folder in like the next 5 to 10 minutes for the cash flow come up guide that I'm giving you for free as the live bonus. And like I said earlier, for anybody who needs to start with something a little bit lower, my Move Abroad resource guide is also available in my bio as well. That's it. That's all I got for y'all. So I'm about to get up off of here. If nobody else has any final questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, I'm just playing. Keep your complaints to yourself. But if nobody has any final questions, comments, anything, I'm about to go ahead and jump up off of here. But thank y'all for joining. I always appreciate y'all showing up and showing love and all of that. I'll wait like a couple more minutes for anybody who gets the MAPS course. I'll also send you that live bonus if I see one come in like the next 2 minutes. Oh, thank you, Marcia. But otherwise, I'm about to get up off of here. Thank y'all again for joining, and I'll catch y'all next time. Ciao, as they say here in Colombia.